computer classes. That's over at the Tech Center at 306 Minerva Drive. One of the free computer classes is 3:30 Monday afternoons, and the other one is at 2:30 on Tuesdays. Get with the Rutherford County Library System and ask about their free computer classes. Put this on your calendar. The Hummingbird Day is coming up Saturday, August 31st, to the Wilderness Station in Barfield Crescent Park. It starts at 7:30 that morning with the banding of hummingbirds. That's Saturday, August 31st, Hummingbird Day at Barfield Crescent Park. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. MTE's Sharing Change has donated now more than $11 million to local nonprofits, assisting worthy causes here in our community. Find out more at MTE.com. We are going to be talking about Habitat for Humanity today, and two of the world's best people in studio. Megan Hutchins is joining us, the Community Outreach Coordinator, and Melissa Cross, who is the Development and Marketing Director, are both here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Brian.
Good to
Thank
have you
for
both
having
here.
us.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Megan and I are looking forward to football season.
That's right.
Yeah.
I am too.
You've got a band. What instrument does your...
I have a senior that plays trombone and a sophomore that plays saxophone.
Okay, I didn't know it was two.
Yeah, two.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've got a few
Whole
more years
band.
of it.
Yeah.
So you've been there 4 and got 3 more.
Yeah, exactly.
And Megan plays kazoo, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I play left out. So,
That's right.
yeah.
Same,
That's
same.
exactly what I play. So good to have you all with us today, and we are going to talk about cooking to build. We're actually going to be looking at late summer, early fall kind of things, but some information that you need to know right now about cooking to build, and I'm going to introduce you to Hammer Down for Habitat Poker Run, which is in September as well. So why, Megan, are we talking about cooking to build here in August?
Great question. So, yeah, the event is on Saturday, November the 2nd, but bowl painting has already started. It started August 1st and runs through October 15th. Bowl painting is taking place at Color Me Mine, which is located at the Avenue. So the deadline to paint those bowls is October the 15th. As we all know, that will be here like tomorrow. So don't wait till the last minute. Go out there and get your bowl painted for the event on November the 2nd.
Okay, so color me
Mine. It's the same people that own the Pottery Place. They just have a different name now.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, same setup and what have you. It's just under a different title. But yeah, still at the Avenue over there by Belk and what have you.
So this is I know it doesn't say that it's whatever annual, but you've been doing cooking to build for a while, right?
17th. This is our 17th.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I never would have imagined that.
Yeah. Our first year was 2008, and we had styrofoam bowls. And then here we go. Here we're on year 17.
That's crazy. I wouldn't have. If you had me guess, I wouldn't have guessed
That
even
many
close.
years,
No,
yeah.
nowhere close. I guess maybe I've heard more about it, especially in the months leading up to, because of the bowl painting that's gone on the last, how many years have you done that, I wonder?
We started the bowl painting in 2009.
Okay. So just the very next year.
Yeah, very next year we felt like we needed something to make the event unique. We kind of borrowed the idea from Putnam County Habitat, and they do throne bowls. We just didn't have that same kind of resource here, and so at the time, Teresa Johnson with the Pottery Place partnered with us, and we've had a great partnership ever since.
Now, what are throne bowls?
More like the pottery Like
Oh,
you know,
okay.
mhm.
I was thinking you take your bowl and
Oh
throw
yeah,
it. So.
yeah, like on the wheel kind of bowl.
Ah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, as opposed to painted and fired and what have you.
Makes
So
much more sense.
yeah.
So, if do you have to have an appointment to go over to Color Me Mine or anything like that?
Yes. Well, if it's just you and a friend, you don't have to. But if you're a larger group, you need to call and make a reservation. They prefer that you do that Monday through Thursday, just because Friday through Sunday is kind of their busiest time, and they want to make sure that your group has a great experience. But yeah, if you'll just call ahead, and they'll make sure you're all set up, and they're a wonderful team over there.
Mm-hmm. For those who haven't done that part of it before, maybe they've just come the day of and participated, or haven't done it before. How long does it take to
Paint a bowl?
paint a bowl and do all that?
It depends on the person.
Okay.
So some people can get it done in an hour to 2 hours, but they do allow some people, if you start and need to come back and finish because you're just that artistic and that much of a perfectionist, you also have that option. They keep all the bowls, and then you get to pick them up on the day of the event.
Okay. Yeah, it would take me 10 minutes maybe. I'm not an artist. I just have to throw some paint on there and go.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people just kind of splatter a
Yeah,
bunch of
yeah.
colors on there, and they turn out great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. Yeah.
Yeah. And kind of a collector, a remembrance of the
Yes.
event too.
I'm pretty sure I have more bowls in my house than any other dish that I own. But if you are that person, one thing that we're doing is we're keeping our children's very first bowl and then sending them with them when they move out. All the other ones they've painted.
Oh, okay.
So they'll kind of have their own bowl inventory when they move out.
Well, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So you keep the first one though.
I keep the first one.
Mama
yeah.
gets the first
Yeah,
one.
that's right.
I
That's
understand
right.
that. So, do you pay at Color Me Mine for the bowl painting? Is that how that works?
Yes. So when you go paint, it's $30, and that includes the bowl, and it also includes your the ticket for the event. It's all together. And then the day of the event, you come, you pick up your bowl, and then you go around and sample all the amazing chili and soup and stew.
Yeah. And so after the 15th, they need that time to make sure they get the bowls ready. And you said they
Yes.
fire the bowls.
Yes,
So
and that's quite a process. So we used to do it up until like the deadline, like the very, before the event, and it just got to be a little too stressful for them because they're also running their business.
Right.
So it's not just us that they're serving, and we want to make sure that all the bowls are there the day of the event, so that gives them ample time to take care of that.
and for the person who, just for one reason or another doesn't paint their bowl, doesn't get around to it, it's not an all shucks moment. I can't go this time, right?
Well, if somebody has painted their bowl and then they can't make the event for whatever reason, we ask that they send their receipt with somebody else so that they can still pick it up. If you just don't want to paint a bowl, we do have bowls there
Okay.
that have been painted by the Color Me Mine staff. That professionally painted bowls as well, if you want to
Wow.
say.
Mm.
Yeah.
And those you take home.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Everything.
everybody gets a
yeah,
bowl.
Everybody gets a bowl.
Well, that's good to know.
Uh-huh.
So, you said the ticket comes with the bowl when you paint,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
very
yes,
good.
sir. Mm-hmm.
And who does the soups and the chilies and the stews? How does that come about?
It's just people from all over the community, groups, organizations, churches, businesses, banks, restaurants, individuals. It's just a mixture of people. We kind of have our core group that it's really funny because they have their spot, kind of like your place at church. Like they don't want to give up their spot. But yeah, if somebody's interested, we're still taking booths if they want to participate. It's just a $50 deposit that you get back if you actually show up the day of the event.
Gotcha.
Just
Yeah.
a little
We had a
accountability
few
there.
that didn't show up, so
Understand
that's
that.
why
Yeah,
we do that.
yeah.
And
And it's all sorts of groups. I mean, we have Rotary Club, and
Sure.
we have Heritage South,
Atmos Energy.
Atmos
yeah.
Energy, and Nissan and Atmos are diamond sponsors.
Yes.
So they are wonderful sponsors for
Now,
the event.
do you have like the fire department? Do they come out and do some? Or
You know,
any of those?
actually, we've never had the fire department.
They get really they get really into their chili
Yes.
cook-off. I know in the county square sometimes.
The sheriff's department always participates. Individuals, MYP, First Bank.
Awesome.
Yeah, so lots of different groups.
Well, that's good. Lots of great businesses here, and it's just a way for them to give back, have fun, meet people.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
And they're getting very creative with their recipes, because it used to be really a chili thing, and after 30 food tents with chili, you get a little tired of chili. So
Sure.
most of them have kind of gone on to, like, potato soup is big. Chicken tortilla
Yeah.
soup. There are all sorts of wonderful things. So, and Megan can tell you who has won in the past.
Lots of great people, right?
Yes, yeah. There are a lot of it's friendly competition for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's not like you get a little sample bowl and you go around, right? Or how does that work?
It does. So before pre-COVID, you would take your painted bowl and they would fill it up with a sample, and then you would taste it, dump it, and then go to the next one. And then during COVID, we moved to each tent has styrofoam bowls, so they put the sample in that. They
And give
give it
that.
to you.
Okay.
Everybody receives a tote the day of the event, and most people will put their painted bowl in that tote, carry that around. Some people still like to carry their bowl and just put the styrofoam bowl inside of their painted bowl. So lots of different options, but
Yeah.
they try to be mindful of not filling it too much so you can still get great taste from everybody.
Sure, that sounds good. So, again, just to give you a rundown of some of the dates for Cooking to Build, it is Saturday, November 2nd. The bowl painting is going on now through October the 15th over at Color Me Mine, and that's over in the Avenue. And when you do your bowl painting, you get the event ticket at the same time, and that also gets you in 30 minutes early, right?
It does, and yes. And that's really what a lot of people, and even though it's like 10:30, I feel like people are there at like 9:30 waiting in line to get their
I'm sure.
to get their bowl. One thing I did want to mention, this year we have two bands, Memory Train, who was there last year, and then Mountain Ridge 5, which is a little bluegrass band that we'll also have, and
Okay.
we're excited to have them back again this year.
Great stuff.
And those who are not painting their bowl can buy their tickets on Eventbrite or at the event, and that is also $30. So
All right.
the bowl painting is a great deal because you get the bowl painting also.
Sure. Goes all right together. Megan Hutchins joining us, Community Outreach Coordinator, Development and Marketing Director Melissa Cross is here. And let's talk about Hammer Down for Habitat Poker Run, which is coming up before the November Cooking to Build. This is on Saturday, September 21st.
Yes, and I love this event. So it started out as motorcycles, and now it's motorcycles and cars. And they meet at Habitat, at our Habitat office parking lot, around 8 o'clock. And then they go out on a 100-mile poker run across Middle Tennessee. So we've got the map on our site. It's actually 104 miles this year. And they drive. So we have classic cars and motorcycles, but you can just drive your car. If I could do it, I'm busy kind of running the event,
Sure.
but if I could do it, I would love to do it either in my EV or my Mini Cooper. So, but it's just a beautiful ride. And then everyone ends up at Hop Springs for lunch and live entertainment and prizes. We have tons and tons of prizes and just a lot of fun at Hop Springs. Starting around noon, that's when they start coming back from their poker run.
Okay.
And the
yeah.
idea with the poker run, it's called a poker run, is because they get cards when they first show up in the morning, and then they get cards at all of the stops. So by the end of their run, they can select a great poker hand for prizes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So not all cards at the first stop are the same then, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So they pick up their cards and they show up then at Hop Springs, and they figure out, do I have a good hand? We actually have prizes for bad hands also. But, if they've got a straight or a full house. And then we have prizes for those. And then we have just tons and tons of every ticket price gets a ticket for the prizes. So we keep filling up those prizes, and
Yeah.
they are like,
Nice.
nice, a lot of them. So
That's good to know.
yeah,
So
I'm going to Tire World after this and
Are you?
picking up prizes from them, and so we have lots and lots of companies that give different prizes.
well, it's good to have great community partners for sure. But do you need to buy? Is this a ticketed event? How does that work?
So it is a ticketed event. So if you're going to do the poker run, it's $35, and that includes the run, a T-shirt, lunch, the event, and then a passenger can be $25.
Okay.
But if you just want to come to Hop Springs at noon, that's just $15.
Okay.
So it's just fun to go there, and you just see all these cool cars and motorcycles.
So it's kind of like a car show, a motorcycle
is.
show, if you want to just do that part of it.
Absolutely.
You have information on the website, or how do you get tickets?
Yes, so we have information on the website, and tickets are available through Eventbrite. If you just go to Eventbrite and put in Hammer Down, it'll pop up. And you can buy tickets at the event. And I also want to do a shout out. I'll offer discount tickets to military, veterans, first responders, and car and motorcycle clubs. So I'm meeting later with the Antique Automobile Club here. They've got great cars, and I'll give them a little bit of a discount for their tickets. And their club always comes with some beautiful cars,
Sure.
and then they also bring a whole bunch of prizes. So.
Well, that event is again coming up on September the 21st, and I've got like a minute or so left. But the 200th house is coming, right?
Right.
Yes, this fall. We just dedicated house number 196 yesterday. We have 197 on Thursday, August 29th. We're building 198. We're going to start 199, and then we're doing the panel build for house 200 next Friday with Nissan.
Next Friday, the 23rd, that will be at the Nissan assembly plant, so that all their people can come out and just do even 1 hour shifts, building all the walls for that house. And then as we build the walls, we stand them up. So there's a house right there in the parking lot by the end of, usually by about 2 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
And they can walk through it with the Habitat future homeowner and say, here's their bedroom and their living room. It's really great fun.
But the house won't stay in the parking
It won't
lot.
stay there, no. Then we it's just temporarily there. Then we tear it down and we bring it over to the site at Legacy Point.
So it'll stay there a little bit for all the workers to see and that kind of thing.
Yeah, for that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's probably no carpet or anything like that, right? It's just the walls.
It's just the walls,
Yeah.
so it's just the framing, and we don't do the roofing or anything like that, but just all the walls. And they built those in about 5 hours, so it's a great help, and Nissan is a great sponsor of that also.
a good head start on getting that ready to go, right?
Yeah.
And pretty special that it's the 200th.
200th, yeah.
Yes, it's quite amazing. It's a blessing that we get to serve our community and all the families here. So thank you to everybody that supports our mission.
Yeah, no, is that 200 in
Rutherford County.
In Rutherford County.
We were founded in '89. We built our first house in '91. And
Okay.
ever since then.
So 200 since 1991.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty amazing.
And we
So-
build in Murfreesboro and Smyrna and Laverne. Right now we're building mostly in Murfreesboro at Legacy Point.
Well, great. A lot of great things going on. And if you want to find out more about Rutherford County Habitat for Humanity, the website is RCHFH. There we go. Just Rutherford County Habitat for Humanity, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
RCHFH.org. And you can go to Cooking to Build, find out about that, get your bowls painted, also Hammer Down, and all kinds of great news there. Thank you both for coming in today.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you so much for having us.
It was fun joining us. Megan Hutchins joining us from Habitat for Humanity, the Community Outreach Coordinator, and Melissa Cross, the Development and Marketing Director here on Rutherford Issues. Well, that will wrap up our program for today. Hope you have a wonderful day. We'll be back next time for another edition of Rutherford Issues. Don't forget, check the podcast. It'll be up shortly at WGNSradio.com, or follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch as well with Big G TV.
Hello, this is Lenny Farmer with Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home.